Hey, good morning. It's David with Desert Psycho Gaming. It's been about a month since I made a video, so this is long overdue. I really like doing these, primarily for myself. It allows me to sort of synthesize my thoughts. This is a channel where I talk about investing in collectible trading cards. So I invest in a few different games, a little tiny bit in Magic the Gathering, predominantly Pokemon, and a tiny bit in MetaZoo. So in the past, I've really talked quite a bit about MetaZoo. I don't have a lot to say about it right now. I've said this on a few different videos. I've got a significant amount of Kickstarter graded cards, first edition Cryptid Nation graded cards, and sealed product. But I don't have an overwhelming amount of it. I have just enough with the attitude that anybody should have when you're investing in trading cards, to be okay with it not performing. I didn't bet the farm, as some would say, on MetaZoo. I think MetaZoo is cool though. But I have a lot of Pokemon sealed product, and it has really performed. Just about everything has performed. If you're into buying and holding sealed Pokemon product, and you're into tracking the market, I'm sure you perform too. Pokemon is pretty incredible. It's kind of paved the way in terms of collectible trading card price movements, in an upward trajectory. Yes, it bounces around, but overall, basically every single set over a few-year time span performs. I think the worst performing set in recent history would be Crimson Invasion from Sun and Moon. And that's still averaging like 12 to 14% a year return. So for that to be the absolute worst performing set is really incredible. And that's just kind of a baseline where things take off, because when we look at the performance of different sealed Pokemon products over a slightly longer time horizon, it's pretty common to yield that kind of return or even more initially in the first couple of years. What Evolving Skies has done is completely abnormal for it to have that dramatic of a price movement. I think it released at around 130. That was the MSRP, right when they kicked up the prices on booster boxes. And now it's closer to 400 than 300. And that was been around a year. So that's mind-boggling. But normally, it's a pretty consistent return until it skyrockets. So trajectory picks up. Oftentimes when a generation ends, one of two things happens. Just right as a generation ends and cards start to age out of play, of standard play, the prices can stagnate a little bit just because the player bases are not engaging with buying it. It's more collectors and investors. But almost always, as time progresses, there begins to be a more dramatic increase in value. And so if you're averaging out a return over like a 5-year time horizon on a lot of these products, maybe 10, 20% the first couple years. But after about 5 years, most of them are doing like 40 to 80% a year. If you're averaging it, right? If you're holding it for a few years, there could be better things you could be buying. But if you have a really low cost basis and you're just holding out, it's really hard to beat. Really hard to beat the performance of sealed Pokemon products. If you look back to Black and White, if you accumulated that, or Platinum, Diamond and Pearl sealed product, which didn't perform as well as some of the other sets, the rate of return, if you're averaging it from today per year, it's insane. Of course, that's an average. So what I wanted to talk about today is not necessarily that, but it does relate to returns and buying and investing in trading cards. Is just a specific product that I have quite a bit of that I think is grossly undervalued. And it's not a standard Pokemon product. It is not playable. It's not really seen as a mainstream collector's item. But I think it has a really incredible potential to have a really strong return over the next coming years. And that is the Old Maid playing card set, Japan Pokemon Center exclusive from 2019. Comes with 36 cards. It's a little tiny box. It was 600 yen at release to buy. You can get as low as like $17 a box right now. But the thing is, those cards individually sell for money. And I see this with sets all the time, where the market hasn't adjusted to the value of the individual cards in the sealed product. So what I'm saying is, there are a handful of cards in here, and graded values are a lot more than ungraded. But even if you're saying that the value of each card is $5, which I will make that assertion, even if you can get it cheaper right now, I believe that the true value will establish itself at least $5 a card. At $17 a box, what I'm saying is, if you can get $5 for each card, 5 times 36 is $180. Now, I don't necessarily know that'll be a quick jump to $180 for one of these products. I don't know if it'll ever get there, but with that kind of potential in it, I think it will rise. I think it's really undervalued right now, and I think it's worth looking at. You know, there could be a ton of population out there. That's very true. But if the individual value, the breakdown, is approximately $180, and some of those cards are worth more than $5, some are worth less, but let's say $5 a card. Even if there's a lot of them, I think it's really safe to assume that $100 per is very reasonable in the next few years. That is just my opinion, right? Do your own due diligence. Don't just apply what somebody says online, but I'm seeing a $100 price tag on this product. At the very minimum, I'm seeing $50 in the next 2 years. So that would be 100% return a year. Just overall for this next couple of years, and that's what I'm seeing, and that's what I really like to see on some of these products. So risk reward, right? There's more risk in products that don't have utility. So the fact you can't play with this doesn't help. The fact that they are graded absolutely does. So I would say, for what it's worth, it's definitely worth buying at that price. And I think it's worth buying about $20. I am seeing them sell for over $30, and I'm seeing all the cards sell for at least $5. I'm seeing some of them sell graded at 10s for $70, the Gengar. So a lot of value in there. There's a lot of value of a lot of products out there, but I just want to start making some videos where I talk about some interesting, unique Pokemon products that I think are undervalued and give an explanation why. So if you like this idea, if you like those kinds of conversations, please let me know down in the comments. If you like investment videos, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. If you hate this stuff, if you think I'm sharing this information poorly, please let me know. I'd love to hear everything. So this is a really incredible period for investment in general in Pokemon cards. It only happens every handful of years. A generation is aging out right now. So Sword and Shield is ending. Violet and Scarlet is beginning. And we're going to see a major drop in prices of all these Sword and Shield products, just with distributors trying to move them out. You know, Pokemon and distributors don't make money in the secondary market, only the primary. So I've already seen tons of celebrations, tons of evolution boxes, the VMAX boxes, on the open market, at retail, at Walmart. They're not going to last for long. And when they get bought up, these prices that have already gone up are going to skyrocket. This is what I've seen every single generation. So if you're looking for products, if you invest in products, now is probably the best time to do it. There's not an exciting amount of movement right now, but it's definitely coming. So I hope you all have a great day. Take care.